Okay, welcome back to the class. So today we are looking for three parts. So part one is items, products, services, strategy. And part two, business location, which means the site selection. And last part is SWOT analysis for entrepreneurs. SWOT analysis is quite well-known strategic analysis. So we are going to look at it. So in this second session, we are going to complete our understanding of the four elements of entrepreneurship by covering the remaining two. So by the end of this session, you will be able to choose the right business items and timing for market entry, select strategic business locations that maximize your chances of success, and conduct your own SWOT analysis to develop personalized entrepreneurial strategies. Just like our first session, this will be interactive. So we will analyze the business life cycles together, maybe if we have enough time. And also, I hope we will do personal SWOT workshops during our offline class if we have enough time. This is very useful to recognize yourself. Okay, so let's look at the Korean small capital business landscape. So particularly in the Korean market, so these principles apply globally. So before going to start, so we are looking at some numbers. The numbers are quite striking. So in Korea, there are over 2,500 different types of small capital business opportunities available. These break down into 700 traditional industries and 1,800 new business types. So when we look at categories, we see 500 retail business types and 1,200 service business types. The leisure and recreation businesses are often tracked separately in these statistics. So now it's important to understand the big difference between traditional industries and new businesses. So traditional industries are those that address essential daily life needs. So for example, supermarkets, hospital, beauty salons. So these businesses will always have a demand because they serve fundamental human needs. And new businesses are specialized derivatives that have emerged from traditional industries. So the example is convenience stores as a derivative of general retail, children's academies as specialized education service, or internet cafes as a modern twist on entertainment venue. So here is my strategy recommendation. If you are a beginner entrepreneur, seriously consider choosing traditional industry first. So why? Because the demand is proven. So these are two reasons why the beginners choose the traditional industry. So, which means that the traditional business models are established and you can focus on execution rather than figuring out whether there is a market. But if you are more experienced in business, then new business opportunities might be worth exploring because they often offer higher growth potential and less established competition. The key is matching your experience level with the complexity and risk of the business type you choose. So now let's talk about one of the most important concepts in business strategy, understanding where your chosen industry sits in its life cycle. This dramatically affects your chances of success and the strategy you should use. So every business or industry goes through the four stages of development, and your approach should be different for each stage. The introduction stage is when a business concept is new to market. The advantages here are significant. You face no major competitor. You can achieve market preemption. And if successful, you can establish yourself as the category leader. However, the risks are equally significant. Consumer demand is unproven. You don't know if people will actually buy what you are offering. The uncertainty is high when you might be educating the market rather than serving existing demand. So high uncertainty, unproven consumer demand is the main risk for introduction stage. So the strategy here is high risk, high reward. You need sufficient capital to sustain yourself while the market develops, and you need to be prepared for the possibility that you are ahead of the market. Then, next stage is the growth stage, and this stage is often the sweet spot for entrepreneurs. Mm. So, market demand has been proven by the pioneers, and you have a growing customer base to serve. However, competition is increasing as others see the opportunity. So, location and accessibility become crucial in this stage because customers have choices. So your strategy should focus on superior customer service and convenient access. So accessibility, CS, much more important. And third stage is maturity stage, offers stability. You have an established market and stable customer base, but is intense, and you need clear differentiation to succeed. So your strategy here must focus on unique identity and service differentiation. You cannot just be another option. You need to be the preferred option for specific customer segments. So last stage is a decline stage. The, there is all, there's just disadvantages, sadly. So in this stage represents shrinking markets, and outdated demand patterns. Generally, you want to avoid entering declining industries, or if you are already in one, you should pivot to growth sector. The pivoting is most important for this day strategy. So here is a crucial success formula to remember. 50% item come from, I'm sorry, so 50% of your success comes from item selection. And 50% comes from your capability as an entrepreneur. So choose your industry lifecycle position carefully. And now, let's have a reality check conversation about new businesses because the statistics might surprise you. Okay, just wait a moment. The technical issues again here. What's wrong with that? It does not writing. It doesn't work. What happens? Um, okay, so we are looking at the slide 16 again. So there is something wrong. So I don't know what is the problem. Is this? Anyway, so as I said before, the statistics might surprise you. So for new business concepts, first-time entrepreneurs have a 30 to 40% failure rate. That's not meant to discourage you. It is meant to help you plan better. And here is what's interesting. Second and third entrepreneurs in the same industry often succeed where first-timers fail. Why? Because they learned from the failure or others. So this leads to a smart approach for new business entry. First, research failed attempts in your industry. Understand why they failed. Was it poor location, insufficient capital, wrong pricing, bad timing, inadequate marketing? And second, identify what gaps existed in previous attempts. What was missing that you could provide? And third, reduce your investment compared to previous attempts. Start smaller, test the market, and scale up only after providing demand. And fourth, don't copy exactly what failed. Improve significantly. Offer a better value proposition. Solve problems that the previous attempts couldn't solve. So here is success mindset I want you to adopt. Failure is not the end. It's market research for the next attempts. Every failure teaches you something about what does not work, bringing you closer to what does work. So your risk mitigation strategy should involve starting with lower investment than previous attempts, focusing on a different target market segment than those who failed, and offering an improved value proposition that addresses the weakness of previous attempts. Okay, so now we come to what might be the most important element for retail and service businesses. It's location. And I want to start with a formula that might surprise you. for small businesses, success equals 70% location plus 30% product or service quality. So let us think in for a moment. Your location choice is more than twice as important as your product quality. So, as I said during the first offline class, so location is really important. So, location is everything sometimes, unfortunately. Yeah, it's true. So this means you can have an average product in a great location and succeed, but even an excellent product in a poor location will likely fail. So let's understand the location hierarchy. First floor location offer premium visibility and the traffic access, but they are the most expensive. And basement locations cost less but depend entirely on the foot traffic from above. The second floor locations are lowest cost but only work for destination businesses where people specifically seek you out. So when you walk around the street, okay, so I hope it works. Oh, it works again. So when you walk the street, there are a lot of streets actually in Korea and also in the US everywhere, same. The first floor, you can see some premium visibility and access. For example, some bakeries, sometimes some mobile phone shop, like that. But on the second floor, or more than second floor, there is a lot of offices, especially for lawyer office, something like that. So this is can explained by these three elements. Okay, so here is where industry difference matter. For manufacturing businesses, product quality is more important than location because you are selling to other businesses who care about specifications, not convenience. But for retail and service businesses, location trumps product quality because consumers prioritize convenience and accessibility. So that's why I said bakery and mobile shops always locating on first floor. So your success requirements include conducting accurate market analysis before location selection, ensuring business type compatibility with the location characteristics, and considering target customer accessibility patterns. So remember this key principle: the right product in the wrong location fails. An average product in the right location succeed. Choose location over product when you are first to priorities. So let me share the three factors that research show matter most in location selection. So factor one is easy access. So your primary market is typically a 500-meter radius around your store. Think about your own shopping behavior. For daily needs, you choose convenience over distance. And customer behavior studies shows that people will travel farther for specialized, high-value purchases, but for routine needs, they choose the closest acceptable option. So your strategy should be to match your location to your product type and target customers. If you are selling daily necessities, Proximity to residential areas matter most. If you are selling specialty items, proximity to complementary business might be more important. So factor two is product diversity. Consumer research consistently shows that people preferring shopping where they have wide selection options. This is why department stores and shopping centers are popular. They offer variety and comparison shopping in one location. Your display strategy should organize product by price range, purpose, and size to make selection easy. Visual merchandising research shows that the 10 to 40 degree angle is optimal for customer visibility where they are standing and browsing. So regular updates to your displays maintain customer interest. People notice when things stay the same too long, and they get excited about new arrangement and products. And factor three is competitive pricing. So despite all our talk about quality and service, price remains a primary driver for most consumers. They want good quality at low price. And price advantages can overcome location disadvantages. So discount stores and outlet malls succeed with this model. So people will travel farther than and accept less convenience if the price advantage is significant. So your location decision process should follow these steps. Develop a comprehensive business plan, conduct detailed location analysis, including foot traffic